Hey fellow netizens, Plus here. Not too long ago, our hungry doggo finally got the treat she deserved. And with that streak being broken, the public's focus has been shifted to another skinless operator. Everyone was memeing or lashing out at the fact that Fiammetta still doesn't have a skin yet. As we all know, skinline is something the entire community unanimously enjoys, no matter if you're a veteran player or a beginner. Everyone loves skins. Skins are the extended exploration of operators, and we all seek to consume more of our favorite operators. Knowing that Fiammetta is the current operator who has not gotten any cosmetics, I made it my own goal to create a Fiammetta skin myself. First, to talk about the possible concept and themes in my server. We gathered some goofy ideas. The first one is the cook skin, aka KFC skin, mainly inspired by the stereotype the community has for Fiammetta and the memes floating around. The second idea is Fiammetta as a babysitter, looking over Mostima, because
I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted, and if you do not do all these things immediately, I will ruin your life.
Suddenly, I got a flash of inspiration. What if we turn her into a SWAT unit? That idea sticked out the most to me, and so I decided to make a SWAT skin for Fiammetta. One of my friends then added, it would be even spicier if we combined the SWAT theme with Apostolic Gun Knight, since it is the most known military force in Laterano and Fia's grandfather's wish for her to one day become a member of the Knights. That is basically killing two birds with one stone. Honestly, I was very much convinced by the idea, and so I went for it. The first thing I did was drawing with my free-to-play software. I may be a self-proclaimed artist, but I do have to admit that I won't be doing our beloved Phoenix justice, so I decided to hire an actual artist for the job. I want to address here that I won't be using AI for this project because, first, it would be boring. Second, the AI can't deliver me what I really want. And third, AI generated art is cringe and harmful to real artists. And yes, I'm willing to spend big sum of money to get the work done. Anything for our beloved chicken. I told him about our ideas and he was confident enough to turn them into a proper illustration. The artist known as Zodiacs started doing his research on SWAT gear and how the Apostolic Gun Knight looks like, what colors are being used, and how to combine both themes together. It is crazy how we started with only an idea. Of course, I was not procrastinating while Zodiac was doing his research. I have my own way of experiencing what SWAT units are capable of. We started brainstorming in 3 different directions. All of them were wearing a more standardized tactical suit, with a few knight armor pieces added to Fiammetta's arm and breast. I picked the right one as the main direction to approach. We asked ourselves which theme should take more percentage of the overall design and ended up with the SWAT theme staying as the main theme, but giving our Phoenix a few armor definitely stand out as something unique. So we wanted that to be a part of the final product, no matter what. We just had to keep it light. Her armor shouldn't reflect too much, otherwise it would take all the attention. It should have a similar texture as the Gun Knight's armor.
What were you doing while Zodiac was working?
I was doing my own research. I pulled for Fiammetta and I leveled her up. After that, I learned the art of arson. I read every file that has anything to do with her. I even started making Laterano runs.
I don't quite get how this is helping with the design, to be honest.
You don't think this helps with the design? What do you understand about design anyway? After a few days, Zodiac came up with a brand new concept It was a mix of the idea I chose and with the addition of winged armors. The smooth and wing-shaped armor appears lighter in the overall design, but I thought the shape of the wings was too generic. It is like the default wings you would get in an MMORPG. Fiammetta is a special bird after all. So I wanted the wings to appear sharp and pointy, maybe even a little like the Sancta wings. So we talked about this a little, and this was the result. Zodiac drew multiple versions of the pointy wings, and at the end he came up with the idea of placing them on her coat. Overall, we thought this might ultimately not be the right direction to go, because it covers her body silhouette. I decided to scrap the idea entirely and focus on the coat instead. Zodiac, however, was testing if the coat could imitate the shape of wings. And when he showed me the concept, I was convinced that this might just work out. It perfectly compromises the idea of wings we had previously, so I ordered a bucket to see if I could get some additional ideas to add to the already completed coat design.
How does eating fried chicken help with design?
You don't know? Well, by consuming winged animals, my brain, the frontal lobe to be exact, will experience the way of the liberi in their natural environment.
And where did you get that from?
Shush Amiya, this is my project. I told Zodiac to slice the coat in half, and that way it would be easier to shape the coat into two wings. The result was truly convincing. It really gives off a phoenix vibe without all the feathers from her original design. Then we talked about how her pants should look like, and I wanted her pants to be extra tight.
Tight, yeah!
The reason we decided to give her pants instead of keeping her skirt was more of a practical choice. It is also based on the SWAT unit motif. A skirt may look pretty, but it is simply not the best idea to walk with exposed legs during an operation. With the armor on her left arm, we wanted to give off a knightly vibe. Previously, Zodiac tried out different concepts like breastplates or shoulder armor, but those looked way too heavy and not fitting for a backliner. So he reduced it to its bare minimum. We gave her the tactical ammunition belt simply because she had something similar in her original art. And the first aid kit, well, here's Zodiac's reason for that as well. Zodiac decided to change the heritage weapon into a sword. He had his reasons to do so, and it was quite a decision to make. In the design process, Zodiac thought that a gun simply looked too modern. He couldn't quite make a satisfying design to balance out two entirely different themes and combine them into a weapon. And since we have reduced the armor, which was the knight motif, he thinks by giving her an actual sword would balance the different themes. And so he went for that concept. When I saw the sword design for the first time, I was against it. We had a bit of an argument on that part of the design. I wanted to keep the gun, but Zodiac was adamant we change it into a sword. That was our first roadblock, to be honest. Oh man, what a day. Oh, the sword design. Well, guess I will just throw it away.
Huh?
I simply couldn't stop thinking about the idea and finally agreed with Zodiac to go on with it. I respected his artistic decision, and to be honest, Fiammetta with a big sword sounds pretty cool. Zodiac continued adding color to the design. We both agreed on an overall black tactical suit with a hint of dark grey, because it is the color everyone would associate with a SWAT unit, and it can be strongly differentiated with the lighter colored armor and the white coat. It also creates a strong contrast to the coat, forming a clear silhouette. As you can see, we were making big progress. We thought that no one could stop us from making this amazing fan art. But one day, something unexpected came up. Out of nowhere, a supposed legit leak came out from CN and was spreading in the community like a wildfire. And Fiammetta skin was part of it. Both I and Zodiac knew that if the leak was real, it would mean all of the work we have done would have been for nothing, as well as the money I've spent on this whole commission. I mean, Zodiac was not really affected by the leak. He was just doing his job and getting paid. But my video idea wouldn't work. because it relies on the fact that Hypergriff hasn't made a skin for her yet. It was really stressing me out. I never thought there would be a day when a leak would make me so anxious. What do I do, Amiya? I feel like I'm facing a wall right now.
Did you hit another roadblock?
Yeah, but this time I can't solve it at all. Apparently we will get a Fiammetta skin before I can finish my video.
I don't get it. What's the problem? Hypergriff dropping Fiammetta skin. So what? You can make a video because of that? That is pretty weak-minded of you, Dr. Plus. It's not like Lowlight is holding you at gunpoint or something. If you started with the project, then you should finish it as well. Don't let anything stop you. Maybe the leak is not even true. Where did you hear that anyway?
Amiya, you're right. Maybe I'm overthinking too much. Okay, I will get back to work.
Yeah, that's the Dr. Plus I know and admire. Although I don't think you were doing anything productive anyway. It's mostly Zodiac work.
Now that we have decided on our final design, Zodiac started with the concept of the skin illustration. We had 3 different concepts to choose from. I have to say that all 3 concepts looked amazing, but in the end, I chose the 3rd one as the final product. The building behind Fia and the statues standing next to her really strengthens her stoic vibe. It makes me think that no matter how bratty or annoying Mostima is, she will always be by her side. Also, Mostima, can you please leave my video? You are really annoying, always hiding in a corner or doing your tomfoolery. This video is not even about you. Go away now. Anyway, now that we are done with the design and concept, Zodiac can finally start with the final product. Starting off with the line art, the previous one was a rough sketch of the entire illustration and a guideline for the final piece. Line art is finished. Make her boobs bigger. They need to be biblically accurate, but anything else is fine. A few days later, Zodiac told me he was about to finish the artwork very soon. I was really looking forward to the end result. This has been an incredible journey for us. We put a lot of effort into it. Then, on the next day, he wrote me, "The fan art is done. Before I show you the final result, I want to tell you that Zodiac is an incredible artist. He has spent a lot of time and effort into this project. All of this wouldn't have been possible without him. And I want to thank him for that. Check out his social. I will put the links in the video description and my pinned comment below. I would also like to add that this has been the most expensive passion project I have worked on. Commissioning an artist and working out a brand new design from scratch is no small task, and absolutely not a cheap one either. I wanted to do our Phoenix girl justice, and that is why I hired someone capable of designing and making digital art. Now, if you want me to make more content like this in the future, consider becoming a privileged consumer. As a privileged consumer, you will get a special badge, the best emotes to express all your emotions, be shown at the end of every video of mine, and last but not least, you will get to see privileged consumer posts. We can decide on future skins and video ideas together as a community. With that being said, let's see how the final piece looks like, shall we? It is truly a beautiful sight, isn't it? What else is there to say? Well, we could always ask ourselves why. Why go to such lengths to make all of this? I could argue it is for the sake of entertainment. Making something fresh, something no one has ever done before. Sure, people make fan art skins, but I suppose no one has turned the entire process into a video. I could also say that all of this is just the final stage of coping, when the copanism is so bad that I decided to make a video about it. But instead of crying, we turned it into our strength and motivation to create something everyone can enjoy. What operator do you think needs a skin very badly and has not been treated fairly by Hypergriff? Let me know in the comments.